Hey guys, welcome to my Bandos guide for 2018. In this guide I'll cover a mid-level / high-level setup, but I will also tell you how to kill it efficiently if you're an Iron Man or low level by kiting. I hope you guys find this video helpful, and let's get right into the guide. Now the requirements. Of course you need 70 plus stats, and especially 70 strength to access the General Graardor boss room. You need 70 plus gear to last at least half an hour here, preferably higher if you do have higher gear. So if you have any endgame gear, please bring it because it's going to make your life so much easier. If you do not, don't worry, you can kill the boss fine with Guffins or a God Sword. And of course you need God Wars Dungeon unlocked, because otherwise you couldn't access the boss anyway. As for useful stuff to bring, the Spring Cleaner is obviously a good choice to clean up the rune drops. A Pack Yak / BOB Familiar is very useful here as well, because you can bring more food and therefore last longer. If you have a Spirit Terror Bird, because you're low summoning, it's a great choice anyway. It's some extra food. Overloads and potions, obviously, to hit more often, and therefore boost your experience and drops per hour. The Vampirism and Penance Aura I strongly recommend to bring. They're only around 20k loyalty points, and they make your life very easy here. Especially the Vampirism Aura. I think with the Vampirism Aura, even with like 80 stats, you can last an entire hour here just by using that aura extra. Curses are very useful here. If you have a tier 90 and Soul Split, you can basically AFK the boss, so that's very good. And a Blood Fury, if you don't have curses, is a very useful item to bring as well. I didn't list it because I list it in pretty much every guide I have. Personally, I think it's like the most useful mid-level item there is. So yeah, if you have it, bring it. I have two inventory examples right here, one's for melee and one's for magic. You can switch it up however you like, but this is just a basic idea of what you need to bring. So prayer potions and stat boosting potions. With the melee one, I took a Bone Crush and Demon Horn necklace. That's purely for the kill count or for a switch on the boss to get some extra prayer points back. You do not require this to kill the boss at all, so I just wanted to mention that. For magic, I brought defense potions and grand magic potions and some prayer potions and just sharks. So if you want to copy this inventory setup, go ahead, it's a good one. If you do not know how to get there, teleport to Trollheim and follow the video. If you do not have the spell unlocked, you have obviously not completed the Edgar's Ruse quest. You will require rock climbing boots, and you will have to follow a different video I will link in the description on my other bossing guide, which will show you how to walk there entirely. To get kill count, just kill the orcs outside the minion room, and at 40 you will go to the door. So, as you see, when I get 40 KC or kill count, I go to the boss room and enter. This requires 70 strength. Then you make an instance on fastest, because then you can get the most experience per hour and the most GP per hour. And you can't get crashed because it's your own instance. As you can see here, there's a clip of me killing it with Soul Split and melee. I'm actually taking more damage than I'm healing back because I'm not using tier 90s, and I'm using Bandos armor. If you have this gear setup, or you don't have 290s, I don't recommend using Soul Split. Instead, I recommend you use the melee prayer and the devotion and debilitate as often as you can to actually minimize the damage. Here's a kill with magic while using the melee prayer and the vampirism aura. As you can see, this is going much better, and this is why I prefer magic at Bandos. As you can see here, here's a clip of me killing it with Soul Split with magic gear. I am actually healing back all the damage, but that's because I'm using Soul Split and a Blood Fury and a Vampirism Aura at the same time. This is actually an effective method of lasting an hour quite easily, and you can always bring food just in case you are struggling a little bit. Now next up is a method that all lower levels, Iron Man and high level players alike can use to their advantage. This is kiting. You basically click around a room while smashing keys on your hotbar, and then you will use almost zero food. You see me turning off Soul Split after a while because I actually realized there's no use for it at all, as you barely take any damage. The only damage you take is if you mess up and Bandos hits you with a special attack, or the minions. Well, the damage of the minions actually adds up, but it's barely anything. With a few pieces of food you can easily last an hour this way, but it is click intensive, so you might get tired after a while. I really recommend doing this if it's your first time and you're using magic, because it's so easy to do. And with melee, you can't really do this. You can do slaughter and, do a bleed effect and make Bandos walk and stuff, but it's different. You can't avoid the hits like you can with magic. Now that pretty much wraps up the guide. I do not recommend training invention here, but you might as well if you're going to be siphoning. You can probably expect a siphon in around 3 to 4 hours each time. And if you're really worrying about training invention, I have a 99 invention guide to get 99 easy, which I'll link in the card section of the video. If you want more guides, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please drop a like. Peace.